Lynn Martin has been the 68th president of the New York Stock Exchange for 6 months, and so far, her tenure has coincided with a period of extreme volatility. It started out on an auspicious note. On January 3rd, her first day on the job, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed at new highs. But since then, the two indexes have fallen about 20% and 15%, respectively. With inflation rising at the fastest pace in 4 decades and the prospect of a recession looming, Wall Street worries are running at a fever pitch. "You know, I view markets as a mirror to the way people are feeling," Martin says. "A lot of times, there's uncertainty, and that winds up getting expressed in markets. The anxiety and fear have led to sharp sell-offs in stocks big and small. And it's freezing out IPOs, or initial public offerings, from private companies that are scared of selling their shares to the public at a time when investors are pulling away." There have been about 80% fewer IPOs, or new stocks listed, on Martin's exchange so far this year, compared to the same period last year. The comparison might be a little unfair because the markets were running hot in 2021, when the U.S. economy emerged from the darkest days of the COVID-19 pandemic. As the government pumped stimulus money into the economy and people didn't have too many places to spend, bank balances ballooned last year. Millions opened stock trading accounts with online brokerages. The stock market responded with a record number of IPOs. It was a blockbuster year, by all accounts, says Rachel Gerring, the head of the Americas IPO practice at Ernst Young, of 2021. There was a lot of pent-up demand and appetite for high-growth companies, primarily in tech and healthcare. Today, investors are less confident of the prospect of future growth at many companies. As the Federal Reserve hikes interest rates to rein in inflation, borrowing costs will continue to rise, and that could force companies to preserve more cash, take fewer risks and invest less in their futures. A huge part of Martin's job is to convince private companies to list on the New York Stock Exchange.